What is the Illyrian movement? Have you ever wondered how language and culture can shape a nation's identity? The Illyrian movement is a fascinating chapter in the history of Southeast Europe, particularly in Croatia. This cultural and political campaign emerged in the first half of the 19th century among South Slavic communities. It was driven by a group of young Croatian intellectuals who aimed to strengthen national identity and unity. They were living under the rule of the Austro-Hungarian Empire, which made their mission even more significant. The name Illyrian was chosen to reflect the belief that South Slavs are descendants of the ancient Illyrians. These people once inhabited the Balkan Peninsula. By adopting this name, the movement sought to create a sense of shared heritage among South Slavic peoples. The goal was to establish a common literary language and promote cultural unity, laying the groundwork for political cooperation. In terms of the Croatian language reforms, the Illyrian movement played a vital role. It encouraged the standardization and modernization of the Croatian language. The movement pushed for a common written form that could be understood across different regions. This effort significantly shaped the modern Croatian literary language and influenced later developments in South Slavic literature. Key figures like Ljudevit Gaj emerged as leaders of the movement. Gaj was a poet and journalist who advocated for linguistic unity. He promoted the use of the Latin alphabet for Croatian. Through newspapers, books, and cultural societies, the Illyrian movement spread ideas of national identity. It encouraged the use of a unified language in education, administration, and public life. However, the movement faced challenges over time. Internal divisions and external pressures complicated its goals. As nationalist ideas became more specific to individual South Slavic groups, the broader Illyrian ideal began to fade. Yet, the legacy of the Illyrian movement remains significant. It highlights the importance of language and culture in shaping identity across Southeast Europe. Practically, the focus on language reform and cultural unity inspired later efforts to standardize and modernize South Slavic languages. It also contributed to the development of a shared literary tradition. The Illyrian movement influences how people in the region think about their history and identity. For anyone interested in the history of Croatian language reforms or the broader context of Slavic languages in Southeast Europe, this movement is an essential example of how language and culture can shape national consciousness.